Chris. Can you? Someone said Caleb.
Really holding us up.
I don't doubt that.
There she is.
As Grand Custodian of the Columns, I welcome you to Westminster. These formal words and the ceremony in which you now take part confirm that you have already have a place in our inmost heart. Today you become a part of us, each one of us a member of the same college family. You enter on a great adventure. Before you lies a new world. This is the first of many ceremonies in this new city of learning of which you are now a citizen. The Skulls of Seven, custodians of the columns and guardians of the traditions of the college, charge you to join with them in reaffirming our time-honored rituals. This recognition ceremony has a real significance. It touches the history, the traditions, and the spirit of the college. Founded over a century and a half ago by a great church, built by faith, maintained by sacrifice, and sustained by prayer, Westminster is forever dedicated to the higher education of young women and men. Before you tower 6 majestic pillars. These are the material remains of Old Westminster Hall. For more than 50 years, Westminster students passed in and out between the 2 central columns of that building. Their spirits hallow this spot, and their memories rest upon it like a benediction. As a perpetual memorial to these elder brothers, Westminster students have ordained that they shall pass between these columns only twice, once on their way to their first convocation, and again as seniors as they go to take their degrees. This induction ceremony is valueless and commonplace if only its physical aspects are seen. We call upon you to appreciate the intangible values of the college, to remember the prayers and sacrifices that built and upheld it, to sense the spirits of the men and women who passed through these columns in earlier years to begin their path toward personal fulfillment and civic commitment. By this ceremony, we learn that the college is faithful to the teachings of our forebears, that it holds fast to the great ideals of the past, that it is mindful of the lessons of truth, of honor, and of righteousness daily taught here for over 150 years. This is for you a day of enlistment, a summons to the standards. Soon you will be committed to keeping the faith, the traditions, and the honor of the college. With upraised right hand, let everyone join in affirming the age-old Athenian oath. We will never bring disgrace to this our city.
We will never bring disgrace to this our city.
By any act of dishonesty or cowardice.
By any act of dishonesty or cowardice.
Nor ever desert our comrades.
Nor ever desert our comrades.
We will respect and obey the city laws.
We will respect and obey the city laws.
And do our best to get others.
Do our best to get others.
To respect and obey them.
To respect and obey them.
We will strive to teach others.
We will strive to teach others.
To be loyal and true.
To be loyal and true.
Thus in all these ways.
Thus in all these ways.
We may make this city a greater.
We will make this city a greater.
Better.
Better.
And more beautiful place.
And a more beautiful place.
You may put your hands down. I now call upon Spencer Smith and Riley Spriggs to pass through the columns and respond for the class of 2015.
In faith and life, we can either spiral up or spiral down. There is no middle ground, no resting point. We all struggle with this. We all have things that keep us from spiraling up, whether it is life's distractions, decisions we make, or events we have no control over. My goal for my time here at Westminster is to keep spiraling up and to spiral up with all of you. When I first visited, everyone was so welcoming. Saying goodbye to friends, family, and everything you're used to isn't easy. To see friendly faces and professors willing to help you not only in the classroom, but out of it is more than welcoming to me. I had a feeling I wouldn't have a problem making Westminster my home. My parents attended and were able to make it their home, so I knew I could too. We are always spiraling, always able to reach a satisfaction, self-improvement, or even just a sense of belonging. I feel like Westminster has everything we need to reach these things and go in the right direction. For the next 4 years, we'll be working together through the ups and downs, good spirals, and the bad. And while this is the end of my speech, it's also the beginning of these next 4 years.
Hello. We all remember the day of graduation. Butterflies filled our stomachs and emotions ran wild. It all seemed so surreal, as if we were watching through someone else's eyes. The only link back to reality was fear, the nagging fear that we all felt, especially when high school has officially ended. High school is now over. What am I to do? A rather simple question with not a simple answer. I knew that my decisions now would shape the person I would see in the mirror 5, 10, 20 years down the road. A decision not to be taken lightly. Luckily, my father helped steer me in the right direction, taking me to inspect colleges that he deemed worthy of his money and my effort. Being a Westminster graduate, of course, Westminster College was on the list. I had toured the campus before with my older brother, but at the time I was 3 feet shorter and only focused on the weevil ant that stung my curious finger. It was not until I heard my father speak of his experiences at Westminster that I truly awakened to the possibilities they had to offer. Westminster kicked my butt, I recall my father saying on a trip down to tour the campus, but it was light years beyond the other students when I went to dental school. Westminster provided my father with the tools he needed to succeed in the classroom and instilled in him the virtues that make me so proud of him to this day. But this time is our time. As I look into the crowd of my peers, I see doctors, politicians, artists, teachers, a couple of party animals, but most importantly, leaders. The world is full of chaos and appears at times to be a rudderless ship. The challenges facing our generation are vast, and the solutions will be complicated. Why did you choose Westminster? I chose Westminster because of the truly liberal arts education it provides, the small classroom sizes along active discussions, and the fact that I will be taught by professors instead of graduate students. This type of setting best promotes the critical thinking skills that are required to fix the world's problems. Whatever your reason for choosing Westminster, here we are. What will you do with your time here? I hope you share in my enthusiasm for the possibilities that lie ahead.
You will now pass between the columns. As you do so, remember the oath you have just taken, and rejoice that you now become sons and daughters of the college. You may now pass through the columns.